Hey there everyone, this is Matt for Creative Reviews. Today we are here with the Lenovo Ideapad Yoga 11S. This one comes in a really nice orange, and as you can tell by the name, it is an 11-inch Ultrabook. This has no CD drive, it only has ports around the side, and for its size and comparable with other devices out right now, it's a little bit heavier than I would expect, but it's not too bad. You can get this for $8.99, but I believe Lenovo has some sales going on where you can probably get this for around $6.99. Let me go through the specifications first. This has 128 gigabytes of RAM. Has a solid state drive of 128 gigabytes, 4 gigabytes of RAM. It has a USB 2.0 port. This is the charger, has an SD card slot. On the other side here you have HDMI out, a full HDMI out, and you have a USB 3.0 port, and there's the headphone and microphone 2-in-1 jack. On the side here you have one speaker, on the other mirrored side you have the same speaker, and here you have a volume rocker. On the front here you have your power button. On the back, you can take this off, and so you can change the battery, but it's just pretty plain here with just little feet. So let's open this up. And here it is. Interesting thing about this is it has a pretty big bezel, bigger than I would expect, but it makes sense because you're supposed to fold this up and it's supposed to become a laptop, or a tablet, sorry. That's why you need bigger bezels so your fingers don't get in the way. The keyboard is not backlit. Unfortunately, you have to go for a higher level, and I think it's the Yoga Pros that would come with that. And it does have a nice clickable touchpad here, which is fine. The screen here is 11, big bezel, webcam, your physical Windows home button. Let's turn this on here and I'll show you. Oh yes, this does have a Core i3 Intel processor, but it is the generation before. It is not the one that has that really big increase in battery life. But this doesn't have bad battery life. It actually has maybe around 4 or 5 hours of real use. I keep my screen at the highest brightness level. Let me log in here. But as you can see here, we have a pretty big bezel around here, and I wish it was more screen. But let me show you why exactly you have that. This is running 8.1. It comes out of the box with 8, and you upgrade immediately to 8.1. So you can fold this all the way down here, or you can fold it like so to have this in kind of like a TP mode. You can set it up like this to be in kiosk mode, or you can actually fold it flat to be in tablet mode. And when it is in tablet mode, it turns the keyboard and trackpad off so you don't accidentally hit that. Oh, and that's our clock. Let's see, there. It's a little bit slow to find its orientation sometimes, but it does eventually do that. Now I've used this for a few days and I have been having some problems. 8.1 is not my favorite operating system at all. I have been using Windows all my life, and this is actually one of the laptops that has pushed me even to not use Windows anymore and to use a different operating system. The resolution on here is poor to comparable devices. I'm used to using an iPad with Retina display. Going to this, it's pretty shocking. You can't really get the feeling here on on this video, but it is not good. Not good at all. It does come loaded up with a trial version of Office. I believe that's the Student and Home Edition. It does not come with Office. There are some packages that do come, so it's hit or miss. And that's the problem that you have when you have the hardware and software made by different companies. And that's something that I've been realizing it's not really in tune. with what's going on here. I think it's much better. Oops, says there's something wrong with my computer. So I think it's much better if you have the software and hardware made by the same company, like Mac does. But of course, we can't compare everything to that. This is a pretty speedy laptop. I mean, it does everything that I want to do, and it does it well, even with the Core i3 with 4 gigabytes of RAM. I run SimCity, I use iTunes, I'm typing up things on Word, and it seems to do fine. It even plays videos fine, so there's nothing wrong with that. I wish the battery life was a little bit longer, and of course, I believe this only has a 1.2 megapixel webcam, which is pretty terrible nowadays. Needs to be better. All around, it's a pretty good laptop. It's good that it has a solid state drive. It is pretty thin. And of course, the feature about going into kiosk mode, going flat, I think it's a great feature, but I think it's a feature that doesn't really work in the real world. I mean, you can still see how thick this laptop is. When you hold it in a tablet, you cannot hold it as a tablet just by itself for a long period of time. You're going to have to rest it on your knee. So it's kind of like a go in between a traditional tablet and a PC, because this does not forget that this is a laptop or Ultrabook first and a tablet second. And if you like that, I mean, in some ways I do like that because it gives you good tactile support on the keys, and I think they feel great. But when you go into tablet mode, it's a second option on that, which is not really something I like. Now, this next thing is more about 8.1 than just this Yoga 11S. I find some things it's like 50% when you are in Metro mode or launching something here on the web browser or launching SimCity. I have had trouble using this in kiosk mode because let's say I want to open up Internet Explorer. Some things are too small to actually type on and hit, and it does not register things properly. So you have to have it in laptop mode to make sure that you have the option to use your mouse at sometimes. And yeah, it's really kind of hit or miss. 8.1 in general is just a mess of a traditional PC with a tablet mentality. And this actually works perfectly for this, but in general, I wouldn't choose this. I would most likely launch everything on the desktop, and I believe there's going to be an update in the future from Windows to follow up 8.1, but that's actually not even expected to hit until 2015, which is a great amount of time away. And I see Windows trying to go back to a Windows 7 type of architecture, which is what they should have stayed with in the first place, if you ask me. But all in all, the laptop is really great. If you can get it for $699, it's great. I think it's an okay deal. It's not really worth $899. You can get this in different configurations on Lenovo. I have had some problems with the Lenovo customer service, but if they send you the right laptop in the first place, it should be fine. I do, with every big purchase, I suggest you get some kind of warranty on this, because if it goes past, I believe, the 21 days, if you order this from Lenovo, you're going to run into some problems afterwards. And if you want to return this for any reason, Lenovo takes 15% off whatever you get back as your refund if you are having buyer's remorse. If there's something wrong with the laptop, you get your full price back, or they will replace it. But I think it's pretty good. It's a pretty good Windows 8.1 laptop, and it's pretty speedy, and it does pretty much whatever you need it to do. If you can't afford more, go and definitely get that out. I would suggest the Sony Vaio Pro 11 or 13. That is an extremely light laptop, and I believe either in the Core i5 or Core i7, it's really quick. I would most likely suggest that more. But if you have this, not a bad Ultrabook. Alright, this has been Matt. We've been taking a look at the Lenovo Ideapad Yoga 11S. And again, this comes in with in a nice orange, 128 gigabyte solid state drive, 4 gigabytes of RAM, two USB ports, one 2.0, one 3.0, an HDMI out, full size, and an SD card reader. One more thing, I don't like these proprietary things that you have to get from Lenovo. Just use a USB for charging. If you can't do it, develop it. Because I don't want to break it and then have to go specifically to a Lenovo dealer to get something else. Alright, this has been Matt for Creative Reviews. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Blogger. Let us know what you like and what you don't like. And I'll see you guys next time.